Good evening, men and women of God on the platform, students and lecturers on the platform. I just want to introduce myself and the subject that I've been given to undertake. My name's Michael Ngambi, a lecturer in the field of leadership and management. I am going to take you through the course of leadership from inception, the introduction, up to the last topic. I think it's important before we can even engage into serious discussions on the subject to understand that leadership is nothing but all about creating that influence. Many writers and authors have spoken and written about this subject of leadership, and it has created a great impact, though not exhaustive. The reason why we are still learning about this subject. In the topical sense, the subject has its main goal of learning its principles. We are going to help students learn the definitions of leadership. Students will appreciate the role that leadership plays in organizations, including the church. Students will also learn about good and bad leadership influence. In this sect, we will also maximize to define the process of leadership, that it emanates from a social sect. We are also going to ensure that students are aware about the main goal of leadership, that it creates that capacity for leaders to be able to learn as well and listen observantly from their followers. In a nutshell, that is what we are going to go through. In introducing the subject, we can say that leadership is likened to the principle of creating positive outcomes. Leadership is likened to the principle of creating positive outcomes. As a leader, you are there to engage your people to create positive outcomes. Of course, there is a time when negative outcomes are also possible when you have a wrong kind of leadership. A learning statement, we can call it a learning outcome about leadership, and is quoted from Napoleon, which says that having one set of instructions, even if that set is flawed, is preferable to having two sets of perfect directions that cause havoc. What it means or what it entails is that leadership, you can never have two leaders in one group or two or more leaders in one group. One visionary is enough to shape the direction of that group. You will never have a country with two presidents. You can never have an organization with two senior, or can call CEOs. Why? Because we want to perfect the instructions so that they are coming from one source. and not two sources that will create that havoc. So leadership can be observed as those outcomes that we learn which are aimed at making positive outcomes towards meeting social and common goals. Leaders, of course, can be born. Leaders can be created. Born leaders are there in the Bible. You can talk of people like David, people like Moses, and many other men of God in the Bible who were born to lead and save the people of God. However, there are also leaders that are created. I will explain this in the prophetic sense. We have prophets that are born, like Jeremiah. Jeremiah was born a prophet. The Bible says, I knew you before you were born in your mother's womb. Meaning that Jeremiah was identified as a leader from birth. And then there are leaders that are made in the process. They are born without leadership skills, but in the process God appoints them. Like he appointed David. He appointed David to lead the people of Israel. Of course, there were many other leaders in that sect.